Hello, YouTube community. This is Sammy from California with a final on the 1932 Chrysler Imperial by MPC. Um, Very disappointing. This kit was very difficult to build. Let's start with the engine. I'll show you some of the parts here. This part right here, it was hard to keep on the back. There, that little pin that it shows right there, it's not there. So you just gotta guess where to put it in the back of the engine, which way it should face. I did my best, got it to stay like the fifth time I think that it broke off. Um, these parts here didn't fit very well, so if you want to chrome them, make sure you clean the parts really good. Um, that was it for the engine. The other parts were okay. Oh yes, this part right here, right there, that one there. There is no real place to mount it. You just kind of guess. So that's what I did. Hopefully it's in the right place. Let me get some more parts out here. Building that rack that's in the back. As you can see, there's 2, 4, 6 pieces. It wasn't the easiest to build. Those right there on the front axle, step number 1 and 4 and 5, I guess. Those are two halves that they didn't come together very well. Very flimsy. And then they expect you to do that figure 1 there to make sure it lines up, aligned really nice. I did the best I could, but that was an real hassle to do. They're all small little parts. This part, putting some of these parts in was not very easy, but in general, it wasn't the worst part of this whole build. Okay, here's another fiasco. The floorboard, it doesn't fit in that slot very well. So when you try to put the drive shaft in and that gear at the tip of it, it just doesn't work very well. In fact, that floorboard came off a couple times after gluing it. Those gear shifts and all that, all the contact points and anything small, if there's a contact point for the cement or glue, whatever you use, it's very, very small, and you have to hold a piece there for a while, and so after a while you're starting to get a bunch of glue marks all over the place. So then the frame, the contact points for the frame, as you can see, there's 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and that's it. Just before I showed you the Chrysler here, the body and everything came off the frame, so I had to re-glue it. Okay, here's a good one. Step number 11, they want you to put that seat into the body. Well, if you do that, there is no way you're going to get the body in. You have to put that seat in at the end. And it fits tight, so you don't really have to glue it. The windshield, when you glue it onto the frame right here, you need to have it going forward, right? But then when you try to put this on, it doesn't fit because it's too far forward. So I don't know what else you can do. These little pieces right there on the grill, make sure you have those holes cut out before you even start painting it. It's hard to see them. Uh, the plastic's in black, so I couldn't tell if they were opened or not. And when I went to try to put them in, of course, they weren't opened. And it was a pain to clean them without ruining the paint job. And then to push them in was very difficult. A couple of them did fit in easily, but the rest I had to basically force them in. Bumpers, there's only two contacts right here and here on both front and back. And you're wondering, what is this little towel doing over that headlight? Well, I'm embarrassed. That headlight is not straight. It's the worst ever. There's a very small contact point right on this edge, right underneath. And you gotta try to put glue, hold that piece there in position, and hope that it doesn't fall forward or left to right. So it's like a balancing act, and I used super glue and it wasn't setting up quick enough, and so that one on the left hand side of the screen here came out crooked, and I mean it's ugly. So I don't want to show it to you. Um, the horns, there is some little holes for the horns to fit, but you got to drill them out a little bit. What else? These door handles, oh, they were the hardest to put in. There's a hole there for them, but the little pin on the door handle is really, really small, and you use your tweezers, and the tweezers are too long, so they're hitting the body, and the handle isn't going into the hole. So it was kind of like you needed 3 holes plus tweezers, or 3 hands and some tweezers. These rear lights, they're hard to put on too. The contact point isn't great on the piece itself and the body. So you gotta I think the best to do would be to use regular cement glue, the testers, let it set for a little bit, and then stick the part on and hold it for a little bit, and it usually stays on. But if you try to use like super glue or something, it just falls off, or you're gonna put it on crooked, and as it is, the one on passenger side there is already coming apart. So this kit is just not fun. Those steps, there's no contact points anywhere for that. You just gotta guess where to put them, and that's the best I could do with them. Besides that, I mean, it's a nice looking kit, but if I had to do it again, I would never buy this kit. It was not easy at all to build. Also, I built a motorcycle. So that one was kind of fun to build, but it's not very kind of detailed, I guess. Like the spokes on the rims, it's all one solid piece. It was clear plastic, so I just painted them chrome and call it a day. The figures are too big to fit inside. That one that would sit in the body of the car itself is too big. It won't fit in there. I didn't try to sit the cop that would sit on that motorcycle, but I just gave up on those. Maybe I'll paint them later. I don't know. No big deal. These wheels here, they don't fit in those slots very well. So I don't know what to say. This kit was a nightmare. That's all I can say. So anyways, I'm glad it's over with. I'm going to move on. Probably take a little break. This has been a couple of 3-4 weeks of frustration. So anyways, thank you for watching, and Hope you like the video, and please press if you like or dislike the video. Subscribe if you're a new subscriber or whatever. And everybody take care. Continue wearing your masks, and we'll get through this. All right, take care.